Good day everybody and welcome back. Do you want to know the best tips for starting out in your Palworld adventure? Well, stick with us and we're going to get into it right now. So first of all, we're going to start out when you load up the game, right? So there's a few things that people won't know originally from this game. So when you go to create a new world, you get to choose it, whatever it is, and you get to customize your settings. So we're just going to stick with the name that's on there to start with. You can choose your whole world name here, like I just said. You can choose whether you want it to be multiplayer or not. You can set your difficulty to be casual gaming, which pals are easier to catch. You gain more XP. Battles become much easier. No penalties when dying. I personally would leave this on normal, just to get to grips with the game. The bit we're really interested in is our custom settings, and there's two pieces in here that really are going to be the key here. Number one is experience rate. So when you start a game up, normally it's left on 1, okay? You can put that all the way up to 20 times XP. Alright, so if you just want to bang through all the XP and all the levels, this is the setting to do it. The second one is death penalty here. Alright, now death penalty, you can have a drop all items, no drops, so that when you die nothing drops, you just spawn with everything back on yourself. You drop all your items except your equipment that you've currently got equipped, or you drop all items and all pals on your team. So if you're going full on hardcore, that's what you want to select. You also have another setting here, which is enable the raid events. Now the raid events effectively are events that will launch at random intervals, and they will raid your base, either with pals or with human NPCs as well. Alright, so that's tip number one. Once you've gone through your server setting, you're then going to come into setting up your character. Now, notice the big red marker at the top here. You cannot edit your character once you've started your game, okay? So any features that you set here, they're going to continue with you right the way through the game. Alright, so you've got a certain number of presets you can do here. Body settings, skin color, saturation, brightness, all that sort of thing. You can choose male or female. You can have a bloke's body with a woman's head on it if you really want to as well. You can choose all your different face options, your eye color, your eye types, your hair, and you can even choose your voice as well. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get into the game. But character creation, just remember, once you create that character, there is no going back. Okay? Tip number 3, right? If you want to come in and change your world settings, come back to World Select, click on that world and go to change the world settings here. You can come down and customize all of your EXP rate and do all those settings that we said about earlier. So we're going to set that as 20 times, confirm on that, and let's just jump into that one. And let's get into it. So the first thing that you're going to notice is you have a stamina bar. When you're running and holding down shift on a PC, your stamina is going to decrease, okay? And when you're jumping, when you're climbing, all that, your stamina will decrease. So that's something that you need to be aware of. Once your stamina has decreased, you're going to no longer be able to run anymore, or climb, or anything like that. And you have to wait for it to recharge, all right? The first choice that you're going to be given when you start a new Palworld is to go straight on or turn around behind you. Now you could go either way. One thing I will say is going behind you, there is a couple of different chests that you can get, and it will allow you to sort of get a bit of a jump on certain items in the game. So we're just going to go to that now. So as you can see, there's a journal here, look. So journals are good tips within the game. So we've grabbed that. So let's go into our, where are we? Let's go into our escape option here and go into journals. So you can see, look, day 1 of 1. Basically tells you about these blue markers and what they are, okay? So yeah, you can get a sense of the scale of the islands and Palworld in general. But the next thing you want to do is come round to here. You want to come down this way, and you're going to be able to see, I think it's, there you go. So when you run from the bottom of that, down those steps there, come into here, and there is a chest. So we grab that, that'll give you 13 arrows and 459 gold coins here, depending on your experience level. Okay, now some people will look at this and go, well, I can't get down there. What am I supposed to do here? So, you can get down there. You just have to drop yourself down. There is full damage in this game. Oh look, there's a Lambo. We're not going to take him on because we are only a level 0. Now what you can do is you can climb. Alright? Just hold down up as you approach a wall. You can jump to it. You can see my stamina bar is falling. Look, I've fallen down. Okay? So currently I can't get back up there yet. Alright? So when you come down these first steps as well, there is another chest off to the right hand side here. Go and grab that as well. It gives you some bread and some low grade medical supplies as well as more gold coins. Now one of the things you're going to notice when you first start this game is in the bottom left hand corner you are going to have a health bar and a food bar. Now remember, this is a survival type game, so you're always going to want to keep an eye on number 1 your health, number 2 your food bar, and number 3 the temperature as well, because this is a day-night cycle game, so you are going to have to keep an eye on that. Alright, and then you're going to want to come and do these fast travel points. The game relies on fast travels. So when we look at the map, for example, look, we've got a very expansive map that we can move around here, but we've only got this bit explored at the moment because it's a single fast travel point. Okay, whenever you see these signs, which I'm going to move away from so that you can get a good view of it. Whenever you see these signs with a sort of an eagle, that is a fast travel point that you need to unlock. Okay. First of all, come and talk to this lady. So she's basically going to give you some basic supplies. So you've got 10 wood here, and you can also gather wood on the floor as well. There we go. We've already leveled up to level 3, look, and 13 technology points because we've got 20 times XP on. So we're going to gather some more wood, and what we're going to do is we're going to create our first little base down this way. You can pick up stone on the floor as well, so anything you see, like these berries as well, these berries are very, very good for keeping yourself alive later on in the game, but also very early game because you can eat them just as they are, which is fine as well. Alright, now the game relies on crafting. Okay, so you're going to need stone, you're going to need wood, you're going to need all that sort of stuff to get yourself crafting. Okay, and these here, Pal spheres, these are what you need to catch your pals. Alright, so we're just going to quickly go ahead and get a workshop built here, and then we're going to show you a few things here. Alright, now we've got the workbench complete. Look, we're level 6 already. We've been in the game less than 10 minutes. Right, so you get your technology stack. Now, down at the bottom here, you have technology points that you gain for certain items, for things like opening up fast travel areas, for gaining levels, that sort of thing. Now, you'll notice that each one of these has an icon, a number attached to it. So if I want to unlock wooden structures, that is 2 points. Pal spheres is 1 point. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to unlock a few things here and get back into the tips. Now the first tips for the technology tree, in my personal opinion, are going to be your Palbox, your spheres, your campfire, because you're going to want to be making food. You're going to want an old bow for hunting. You're going to want arrows as well to go with the bow. Your common shield, an outfit, and a parachute. Those are the first things that I would say to get, personally. When you're done with selecting your technology, come over to select recipe, and because I don't have enough wood or stone or fiber gathered right now, I need to basically gather some more materials. Okay, so I need one more stone in order to get myself a stone pickaxe, and a stone axe. I need another 5 stone on top of that. These 2 tools are your first starting tools. You need to have these tools to gather more material. But of course, you don't start with a pickaxe, so you're going to come up to a rock like this and you're just going to have to pound away on it or find them on the ground. So you can see, look, you're punching it, you're getting more stone. Okay, so because we've already got our 2 stone here, we're just going to go build that stone tool. So we've got a stone pickaxe here, so let's go and build that. Get that built real quickly. Now, I don't know if you've seen it, but at the bottom of my screen in the middle, look, there is a unused stat points. Now, if you press tab, that will bring up your inventory, okay? And your inventory is basically going to show you everything that you've got in terms of items, every weapon that you've got equipped, accessories, gliders, shields, body, and head. But down here on the right is enhanced stats. This is what you need to do. I will say focus it on weight and stamina. Okay, weight is basically going to allow you to have a lot more carry, so you can resource gather a lot more as well. But your stamina is also going to make your resource gathering a lot easier. So I've just allocated those points out. When you build, you get that pickaxe. Look, now you're going to be able to see how much you gather. See how quickly you gather that then with the pickaxe? It's much quicker to use the right tools. So now we have enough stone, we're going to build the axe. Why do we need the axe? Well, we need the axe to make wood, or chop down trees for chopping wood, so that we can carry on the survival. Now, when you go into your tab, you can see that the pickaxe has been selected. We didn't acquire our axe, so just got to go back, and once you've made an item, you have to acquire it as well. So press F, and it will put it into your inventory. You can see, look, 1 and 2. In order to cycle between those, mouse up on keyboard and mouse. Okay, so on PC, just mouse up. And then you can see when we're chopping trees down, it's so much quicker. Trees are going to give you wood and fiber. Alright, so these are the building blocks effectively of your base, right? And you can see stamina goes down quite quickly when you're resource gathering. Once you have enough material, the next resource that you're going to need to get is a campfire. Now, the reason you're going to need to get this is because you want this for your food. Okay, you're going to want to cook up the berries that you have that we picked up earlier, so that we're able to select a recipe here, cook up the maximum amount of berries. We've got 26, so let's just cook those up. You have to cook them up yourself. Once you get pals, they can then do the cooking for you. So I'm just going to do a couple of them here. Okay, so once you've cooked up, so I've got 7 there cooked, I'm just going to acquire those, and they will go straight into your inventory here. Look, now when we look at our food bar, we are half. Okay, so we can see that here on the right hand side, 53 out of 100. So you right click on your food item and just left click to eat them. Okay, and we also have bread there as well that we can use. Now we want a bow because we're going to go and, well, we don't need a bow, but they run away. So I'm going to suggest and recommend that you get a bow to start off with, but we need more fiber. Be right back. So once you've got your materials, you can basically just make that bow. So we're going to make that, and then we're going to go hunting. Now, in order to catch pals, you need pal spheres. We only have 1 at the moment, but we can certainly go and grab some more. What you need for pal spheres is Paldium, which are these blue sparkly ones. Alright, so we're going to want to just gather up some of that, because you also need wood for your power spheres as well. So a small tip for you in your starting area: when you come down to this level, you've got the bridge. You can see that there's a river flowing, and you come down here and you've got another one of those journals, and on the other side you have another chest, which is good. So that's giving us small power souls and small power spheres. Power souls we will come on to later on, but they are good for upgrading. Now that we have a few arrows and a few power spheres, we're going to try and get this Katiba. So you have to attack them to bring their health down, and then once they're low, throw a power sphere at them. So you can always attempt to get them without damaging them. I don't recommend it. You see, I've half damaged him there, 47% chance to gather him. 84%, we got him on the second go as well. So now you can see we have 2 pals. I'm just going to grab this chicken as well. Oh, he didn't like that, he fended it off. Look, you need more damage. And you can run away when they're being collected. Now, when you're wanting to collect them, you can attack them from the back, but I have no more power spheres. But you can attack them from the back, or throw a power sphere at them from the back, and you will get a bonus attempt to capture them. Now, when you have your pals, you can basically press E, which will throw out your currently selected pal. Alright, and he can help you. He's a level 9, the same level as me now. And then press E again to gather him. Alright, when you go into your tab, look at party, and these are your pals that you currently have. If you want to see what skills you have for your pals, then you need to have a Paldex, or a Palbox rather, so that you can see what they've got. So we're just going to go and get one of those now and get that built. So when you build your Palbox, building this will determine the location of your base, okay, and then that will determine the area that you can build around, right? The workbench, the fireplace and everything like that, you can build those pretty much anywhere. There's no restriction, but a Palbox will determine where you lay your base. Now you do want to really think about it, where you put it, because it's got to be resource heavy. Do you want it to be near a bunch of pals? Do you want it to be near a an ore node? Anything like that, you need to think about the location. I've just put mine down here just for convenience right now. To manage your pals, go into F and put them into the Palbox here. Alright, this is where they will come to once your party is full. To add a pal to your base, you can basically drag it down onto the base, and then he'll be thrown out into the work area. Alright, now what you can do is when you hover over them, click on F, and that will show you what skills are applied to this pal. So this pal's pretty rubbish in terms of his passive skills, but when you look at his work suitability, which is what you're looking for if you want to assign them to your base, then he's got a handiwork 1, gathering 1, mining 1 and transporting 1. So he's pretty good all in one to work at my base, no problem at all. Alright guys, well that's the basics of how to get started in Palworld. I will be doing some more videos, tips and tricks guides, and some more information about the dungeons as well. Guys, stick around if you are wanting more information, and I hope to see you all in the next one.